Hi, folks. We've been reading Dancing Skeletons for a while now, but since I'm pretty sure none of you have ever been to Mali yourselves, you may have trouble visualizing some of the things in the book. So I wanted to give us a just real quick photo tour of some of the important places and people in the book. This is a map of Mali. You can see that for the most part it follows the Niger River, except for this really weird triangular shaped thing sticking out the top. Whenever you see weird geometrical angular countries, think colonialism. That's what happens when Europe divides up a large area of land. That's what they did in the case of Mali. So along with all of this settled stuff along the river, most of which constituted the ancient kingdom of Mali, they got a huge section of desert that was primarily occupied by the Arab Tuaregs. This was the cause of the civil war that Mali is currently enduring. Here's a map of the Malian Empire as it once existed. Because of its position between Central Africa and the Arab powers of the Mediterranean and etc., it was extremely wealthy. Its king Mansa Musa went down in historical memory as one of the wealthiest people who had ever lived. It did get taken over by the French, however, until 1960 when they declared independence. Alright. Here's our first view of Bamako, the capital of Mali. You can see some of the principal landmarks from here. There's the Malian Central Bank, their tower there. There's a large hotel, resort, casino on the river there. And crossing the Niger River, you have the Bridge of All Martyrs. The Bridge of Martyrs very much changed the area where Detweiler was doing her work. Everything on the south side of the river used to be just scattered villages. As you can see, most of the region is carpeted and city now. Bamako has 6 million people within the general region. You can also see the Grand Mosque of Bamako here if you follow the pointer. And wrapping all around it, all the way from the bridge, all the way around the Grand Mosque and through the middle of town, you have the Grand Marché, the large open-air marketplace. Here's another view coming into town. This is just coming off of the Bridge of the Martyrs into the main part of the city. You can see there's a monument there to all of the martyrs who fell during the revolution against the French. Just another view of the town to orient you. There's the Bridge of Martyrs again. We're looking across the river directly into Manyambuku, the village, formerly a village, now a neighborhood of Bamako, where Catherine Detweiler did her research. Here's a view, a much closer view of the Grand Marché. It remains one of the busiest, most bustling, most exciting places to be in all of Western Africa. You can find literally anything there. We have some photos here of some sellers bringing in their fresh fruits and vegetables. Most people who live in Bamako are utterly dependent on the marketplace for sustenance. They do some kind of trade work, whatever they can do to make a little bit of money. And they go to the market in the morning and buy whatever they're going to need for the day. More fruits and vegetables. Crossing the river, we have Manyambuku district. When Detweiler was there, it was a tiny village of a couple of hundred people. Now it's a district of the city with thousands of people, and it's changed a lot. It has a reputation now of being a place where students from the university can live for not too expensive. Definitely caught at the intersection between urban and rural still, though, as you can see by the variety of conveyances that people are using to get around town. Moving into more rural Mali, here's the city of Djenné, and the Djenné Mosque, which is one of the more famous buildings. In Mali, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Brings tourists from everywhere, or did before the Civil War, because it's been kind of cut off from regular access by outsiders by the conflict. And underneath the mosque, another market. Just to round off the set, here are some photos of our protagonist, Catherine Detweiler, up there in the corner, and her daughter Miranda, all grown up.